Hello, everybody. We are at the Brojo, and we are doing Dem Game Boys. My name is Max.
I'm Zach.
I'm Strohman.
Kill me, please.
Can you say anything else other than
I
that?
I like how Gil says it. I'm Kien. I'm just sitting in here for a few questions.
Okay, so we are going to take a look at our trailers, and the first one we took a look at today was Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Thrilling dogfights, that's all I have to say.
Right? They aren't regular dogfights, they're thrilling.
And then he later says intense. So are they intense and thrilling dogfights, or are they just thrilling and then intense?
You're one of those motherfuckers. God damn you.
Maybe it's a mix of both. Maybe it starts out as thrilling and then gets more intense.
But I mean, there was ground combat, but we're not looking at that at all, because all he talked about were dogfights. That's all we need. And he talked about heroes, I guess.
Yeah.
And villains.
They kind of explained a little bit more of the class system and how everything's kind of stuck in your own little system.
The cards.
Yeah, the cards. That's kind of an interesting thing. I didn't really think they'd put something like that into a shooter like this, but let's see how it goes.
Well, it's basically like perks and whatnot. You can level them up, too.
Yeah, that was shown. That'll be cool. I'm wondering, because they were talking about a loot crate system, I'm wondering if getting all that shit's going to be out of the box.
More than likely, I feel. Like
Or
you're probably going to have to pay
that
for
noise.
Or you can play to unlock them, or you can get one out of a box magically. So you're just going to be like level 4 with like a top tier card, and you're going to be like, fuck you guys!
Basically.
And then everyone's just going to be like, wow, RNGesus loves you and hates me.
Right? Yeah, exactly. Thank you, loot crate system. We love and hate you.
The one thing I'm not impressed by is that they decided to add Rey there.
But does she
I don't want to
have
marry
moles?
Sue in my game.
But what about the
God,
Captain
you are sexist
whatever?
as shit.
Captain, what's her name?
Phasma.
Phasma?
Yeah. There's another female character.
I don't.
Strong female lead. Do you just hate females?
No, it's just that Rey is dangerously overpowered in the movie, and I don't feel
I don't
that
think
needs
she's
to go in
gonna
a
be
game.
as overpowered though.
I know,
She'll
but
just
it's
be like
still a
the other
terrible
ones.
character.
But the big question is,
Her writing was awful.
does she have a mullet?
Yes.
No.
Probably.
She's
it's
Force
doesn't,
Awakens
right?
Rey. The only Last Jedi. I'm gonna put quote unquote Last Jedi
Right.
characters is Finn and Phasma.
I feel like they're gonna
DLC costume.
I'm actually pretty glad they finally got Phasma in something for longer than 5
I
minutes.
mean, she had a book. Jay was like raving about it one day, and I was like, "Oh, that's a cool book."
I feel
guess.
like in the future movies they'll turn Rey into more of like a Grey Knight.
I hope so.
Probably.
So
We
it'll
can
be
talk
like-
about that in like the
It'll
movie
be like
news.
they balance the Force. Is
Yeah.
what they talked about. So I feel like that's
That'd be
what's
nice.
going
And
to
then there's a weird story mode trailer where Palpatine is in the face of a robot and he's saying to execute an order.
Order
66.
66.
Yes.
no,
Part 2
no,
Electric
guys.
Boogaloo.
There's probably been so many orders by now. They're probably at 69 now.
Whoa,
I can't tell if you're trying to make a sex joke or not.
He is.
It's Gil. It's really hard to tell.
He's just still hating
It's,
females.
I mean, it's a weird. I don't know.
Robot Palpatine for president.
All right.
I'm probably gonna play it. I'm gonna play it at
He's
Max's.
already president.
Right. I'm already. Oh, I'm gonna
No,
play.
that's Orange Palpatine.
I'm already gonna play this at Max's because my internet is shit. So I like.
Actually, I don't think it's Orange Palpatine. I think it's Cheeto Hitler. This is
Oh,
the best
gosh.
one. I've
Cheeto
heard.
Hitler is probably the best
Cheeto
name I've heard
Hitler.
for a while.
Small hands.
And suddenly
Cheeto
we
Hitler.
got political and we gotta move on.
Alright, yeah, okay, we're reining it back in. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, for all you
The
supporters.
dictator has not been dictating effectively.
What up?
Can't just flip me off. It's all good.
No, I raised my hand.
We
So,
are ruled with an iron fist.
Our next trailer we looked at was the Red Dead Redemption 2. Did anybody get a good look at this trailer? Because it looks fucking beautiful.
Did we actually watch that one?
Yeah, I think we did.
I
It's
was
gonna be sick.
I don't think
I
you
was
showed us
making my
that.
character, so
Okay.
I wasn't watching it.
So, it reminds me of Red Dead Redemption, but like going from like Far Cry 3 to Far Cry 4 if we got an extra 5 years to get it. Like, it looks fucking beautiful. It looks like it's going to be a great full game.
It'll be like New Vegas to Fallout 4 like style. Like it'll be like
Yeah, like
that transition will be like better
Right.
graphics, like
better
maybe
graphics, better
different
gameplay,
story.
huge map compared to what we got.
Better ingredients, Papa John's.
And it's announced as a prequel and not a sequel, and will focus on Arthur Morgan and not John Marston, which I'm kind of sad because I really like the Marston story. I don't know about y'all.
I think we need a break from the Marston story, though. We've gotten a lot of that.
Because
Well,
Max
I mean,
and
we
I were
already
playing.
know how it ends
Yeah,
up.
he's dead.
Zombies.
Spoiler warning.
Zombies.
Zambos.
Zombies.
God,
But, like,
Zambonies.
Maybe it's because we were playing copious amounts of Red Dead Undead Nightmare a couple nights ago for
Right.
Spoopy Ween. But, like, it made me excited. I think we talked about it, too. Like, it looked beautiful.
It looks great. Like, it's definitely taking the new graphics that we're capable of handling on console and fully utilizing them in a very Red Dead looking style, though.
Yeah.
Alright, so our next one is Shadow of War, the Lord of the Rings mobile game.
Mobile.
And that's about all I personally have to say on it.
It's a mobile game.
Cash
What
grab.
do you expect?
You get all the characters from, like, all the Lord of the Rings. And,
Right.
like,
Cash grab.
I don't know. There are definitely going to be people who are going to, like, play this. I fully understand that, but I'm not one of them.
Cash grab.
You can
Alright,
totally
Gil, shut
just
up.
like play it and then go, wow, this is a mobile game, and then turn it off. That's it.
Yeah.
And then you
I
can
mean-
buy the actual full game that comes out later.
yeah, this is the thing about mobile games. I only play them for a short amount of time, then I'm like, this is dumb.
Right. You can only play a mobile game for so long because
Like-
you're either just sitting there waiting forever for the next thing, or it just becomes dumb.
My friend Megan's like, you should play the new Kingdom Hearts mobile game. I'm like, alright, this is dumb. And then I
10
quit
minutes
playing.
in.
Well, no, I actually played for like a good copious amount of time, but then I like got
3 days.
bored. 3 days. 3 days is a
That was
copious
enough.
amount of time.
That was enough.
Yep.
Yep, done.
Alright. Our next one is something I enjoy. Gil seemed to be really excited about. Is Hob.
It looks nice.
Actually, it looks like a really fun platformer.
Right? It's a really aesthetically pleasing platformer with some action in it. It's not really side-scrolly. It's a top-down semi-side scroll. Like, it's 3D world.
It changes the camera perspective.
It's
very
kind of
frequently.
I don't know. It's like a platformer, and it has like some fantasy elements and some like.
You get a
Are
sword.
Are they
Or
robots or are they
technology.
rock people?
Well, we
They're
really
both.
couldn't like establish that. I'm pretty sure they're robots.
Right.
But
Yeah.
It's aesthetically pleasing. I
Fire
It
like
looks
that.
sweet. Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm a big fan of platformers. It's probably the only game I can play without, like, dying a lot.
Well, that kind of seemed to be a thing in this. There was about 10 seconds of there being
Just
like,
dying.
yeah, they were like, I've seen many others try before. Dead, 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 dead.
Robot
So-
carries him off
so
into the world.
Dark
Uh-huh.
Souls platformer.
Yeah, like that would be cool as shit.
So, I mean, as long as it's as hard as Cup Guy and jumping, just like that.
Oh god.
Did you guys see that trailer, though? Of the, like,
No.
the game review of this, like, really shitty game reviewer trying to play Cup Man? And he can't even jump. He spends, like, 2 minutes trying to jump and does not successfully do it.
Well, you guys couldn't jump in Fallout, so fuck you.
Yeah, they didn't give us instructions, though. He literally had instructions.
Right. Alright. So our next one is Fire Emblem Warriors, and they're adding some new characters now, and I think Gil plays this game or has played this game.
Yes.
What do you feel about this?
I mean, it's more stuff to look at, more stuff to do. They add story with every expansion.
Well, that's good. Alright, so, I mean, like, you're at least a little excited about it?
Well, yeah.
Awesome.
But
Then-
it's like every other mobile game. You're not going to get anything good unless you shell out money.
yeah,
Cash grab.
yeah.
Cash grab.
Pay
Yeah,
to win, boys.
Or
Hash-
play way too fucking much.
Hashtag cash
Every fucking person on the Spencer, Iowa Pokemon Go page.
Right?
Good God.
And they just all they're going
How,
and going and
did
going.
you, were you ever added on that? Are you still on it? Holy shit.
They're all the time everywhere.
All the time they're posting shit. I've got a raid pass. I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, damn.
I play sometimes, like if it's
I can play
convenient,
casually.
play.
Yeah, I play casually. And I'm like,
Usually I don't I don't go out of my way to go.
these
find
dudes
it.
are straight up like, oh my god, guys, this is there. I'm like, nah.
Alright. So it's not in my apartment? Screw it. And speaking of possible cash grabs, we're looking at Super Mario Run, and you can now play as Daisy.
grab. Which the trailer would not let you know because she didn't appear.
Well, I don't think we quite found the right trailer.
No.
We didn't. That
No.
was from like a year ago.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, basically,
Well, my bad.
you get a new skin. You're no longer Mario. You are Daisy.
Hey, so just play Mario, but you can't go backwards and on a phone, and then you have Mario Run. That's
Yeah. Play Mario where your left button is held down, or your right button's held down, and all you can do is jump. And that's
it.
this game.
That's it. That's all you need.
It's not bad. I mean, like, for being a mobile game, a mobile Mario, they did alright.
Like, it'll give you something to do.
Yeah. Like, it's not a fantastic game, but it's alright for what it is. And then Kien's about to come his pants. Dragon Ball Fighter Z
For many reasons.
has developed more into its story, even though we got no story from this trailer.
Nap times.
Yeah, well,
as
yeah, dude.
Strohman put it.
Yeah.
At the end of the trailer, if you watch the whole way through, everyone's just taking a nap. Like,
Yep,
that's
they're
all
all
you
just
need.
laying down.
Naps.
Kind of
Naps
honestly
for
want to do
everyone.
that right now.
Alright, so, like, I'm probably the only one that reads into this, because I get email news from Shonen all the time about new shit coming out. So, with this, you get Yamcha and Tien, but then you also get the main, I guess, antagonist in Android 21. And the theory is that she is linked to Android 16 because he's always by her. And so I think she made, like, evil clones of them. It's obviously an alternate reality, so, like, it has nothing to do with the Dragon Ball Z.
None of this actually matters.
Yeah, so, I mean, I'm excited for it. Like it uses Unreal Engine, so I love that. It looks fucking beautiful. It looks like Dragon Ball Z. It looks like a fucking
It does
cartoon.
look like Dragon Ball Z, except for you're playing.
Yeah, it's not Xenoverse where it's like blocky. This is like looks fun.
Right.
So I'm gonna give it a chance. I don't know about anyone else.
Too
Probably
bad all
not.
the characters are going to
Probably.
be asleep.
Right? Everybody you wanted to play is going to be passed out.
Dragon Ball Fighter Sleep. I really want that game now.
Right? Alright, so we're done with our trailers. There wasn't a whole lot this week, but now we're into the news. Final Fantasy XV's latest update is finally live on Xbox One and PS4. In addition to some small fixes and other additions, this update drops in a fairly important story point about the Astral War. Until now, this historical event is sidestepped in the main campaign. We know it happened because much of the land in Lucas, is that really the name of the place, Lucas?
Yes.
Has scars from it, but we don't really know what happened and why. One of the few direct references to the war is in a side quest called Aftermath of the Astral War, which sends you and your pals on a trip to take pictures of the Taupar Crag. A news story event which explains what led up to the Astral War has been tacked on to the end of Chapter 12 in the main campaign. If you've already beaten the story, all you have to do is revisit the chapter, so you're not having to reset everything just to visit this, which is kind of nice. For those who haven't, you may need to complete the story before you can access this additional content. On top of all the new lore added to the story, a bunch of other small fixes have been thrown into the mix. The second round of the Moogle Chocobo Carnival has come to an end. No news when it may open its doors in... God, these names are weird. Altiza once more. Bugs have been fixed in the Assassin's Festival event, which is running until January 31st, 2018. 2 new fish have also been added to the title. For all of you who like fishing in an RPG game, there's more.
The grind is real. Only grind forever.
Right? Pure
Does
fishing.
anyone else here besides me play 15?
Just
I know.
you.
Alright, so I beat the game at our old roommates, and I don't think you ever noticed.
No.
Man, Final Fantasy games, like, their lore is so fucking convoluted anyways. It's like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
I'm
I'm
just playing this for the
Yeah,
MMO value.
I am playing it for the RPG value of kicking the shit out of monsters, and, like, basically it's a game, it's a game about bros.
Right?
Like, that one scene they were... Yeah, that bro trip, they had that one scene they're talking about. It's the most dumbest thing ever. They're like, hey, bro, let's take a picture together near this route. Okay, click. Man, did you see what happened here? Yeah, man.
But bruh,
Alright.
so deep.
And I didn't...
But
I don't
so
like
deep.
I don't like Assassin's Creed in general.
Yeah.
So I have no shit given about the Assassin's Creed Festival. One of my friends, she posted... And I thought it was a fake trailer until I was doing the game news. I'm like... Oh, this is a fucking real trailer.
Oh my god.
I thought this was a mod. They're like, no, we're actually working together. I'm like,
No.
fuck this game.
Fuck is this? Yeah. So, I mean, like, Final Fantasy 15, they're still doing shit. They're making stuff go on, which is kind of nice. Like, we don't know when we're going to get a Final Fantasy 16.
Never.
So they're at least progressing the game they have out while remaking old games. So I'm alright with this. Next up, we have Ubisoft has announced Far Cry 5's composer, and it's a big name in the music world, Dan Romer. Romer, R-O-M-E-R, whose credits include Beasts of the Southern Wild and Beasts of No Nation, who will compose the score for Far Cry 5 and write original songs for the game. In addition to his works on those movies, Romer produces songs you have definitely heard, Say Something by A Great Big World, and Shawn Mendes' chart topper, Treat You Better.
Both of those songs suck!
But what we're trying to say here is the guy's worked on some
Major
big...
songs.
Yeah, he's worked on major things, he's worked on big things, and he's creating original songs for this new game.
Yeah, but what's the songs gonna be? They're in the backwater of the South. They're like, don't take General Lee down.
If we don't have at least one reference to General Lee, then this game's a bust.
See, and like, that's the thing.
Zero. We're gonna have 0 references, and you're gonna like play it, and you're gonna be like, "Where are they?
I will
Where
play
are
through
they?
the
I'm
entire
waiting
game.
for them. No.
I'll play through the entire game, all the extras, find every little thing, look at all the fucking posters on the wall, and be like, "There's nothing about General Lee."
And then you're
Fuck
just gonna
this.
go play Dragon Ball Sleep Nap Time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Turns out they released a patch for it, which includes all the General Lee you could ever want.
Right.
I
I just
mean,
fucked up the story.
Far Cry 5 looks interesting. Like, I remember when it first came out, people were pissed off because they were making fun of the South or whatever. So, like, they might as well just live it up and just go full on podunk.
Right? They might as well do whatever the fuck they want at this
Ding,
point.
ding, ding. Like, I really want
If
them
I'm not
like,
beating the shit out of somebody with a banjo.
Right. That should be, I think.
Or shooting squirrels in a swamp, like.
Right? There should be one of those go fetch quests. You know how there's always the like, slay the rare creature to upgrade your final pack or whatever? There should be like a silver squirrel that you're fucking chasing down with a shotgun.
And it's just like running.
It's just fucking jumping from tree to tree and shit. And you're like, the fuck is
The
this?
secret ingredient for your powers is meth.
I need my good gumbo. Baba, we've been just pouring meth in your gumbo.
Delicious.
I believe in you. Alright. So, big-time professional gaming team NRG Esports is closing $15 million in venture capital funding from a group of investors that include singer and actress Jennifer Lopez.
Wait, what's going on?
Jennifer Lopez bought an esport team.
Oh,
Yeah.
Why?
What do they play?
Overwatch. It's one of the
Overwatch?
Blizzard teams. I
Yeah.
think.
But why?
Who the fuck knows? Actually I know. They're making a shit ton of money right now.
Right.
Like,
They've been pretty good.
but I'm, again, dude, I'm gonna put a fucking quotation on sports. I'm with Ryan on this, like, don't, like, call it e-entertainment or something like that.
It's more entertainment purposes than anything.
Yeah, because, like, to me, it's like, I get that they're on a team and things, and, like, anyone who, if we have listeners who listen to us that are on an e-sport team, you can totally tell me I'm wrong. I can understand this, but this is just me. When I think of a sport, I think of,
Physical skill.
physical skill.
Well, I mean, it's still like it's still physical skill because you have to like mentally.
I get you, I get you
That's a
on that.
contradiction right there.
Yeah.
Well,
Physical skill and you have to mentally.
like mentally. Think
So
about
what
it
you're
and
telling
learn
me
it.
is everybody who plays sports doesn't think.
Yeah,
Gil
alright.
said it here. Gil said it.
Gil hates dumb people.
And
Well, you're not
all right.
wrong. And a good
We're already
part of
talking
the
about how
population
much-
is.
Yeah.
We're talking about how much he hates women and dumb people. We're doing
Oh
good
my
so
God.
far. We're going up the scale.
To all the 3 girls listening right now, Gil is like going right up in rankings.
You have isolated
No, but like,
two different groups of people.
but no, for like, I mean, I'm probably isolating them because like, I still like, I don't know, I don't find any enjoyment of watching people play Mortal Kombat when I could be fucking you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, someone's like, did you watch that Overwatch League? I'm like, I could be playing Overwatch.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't have to be watching it.
There's certain games that I just can't watch other people play.
But like, they make so much, like, which is cool. Like, you made money out of your passion. I am not shitting on that. I just like have never understood the like.
Throwing sports in the.
Yeah.
What you don't understand is the label.
Right.
That's your big deal.
I'm just
Yeah.
excited to see the champion teams at BlizzCon because I'm going this year, so I'll get to watch the championships.
Oh, that would be fun.
Vlog about it.
Yeah. Yeah, you
Yeah.
should totally come back and tell us about BlizzCon.
I'll take a bunch of pictures. And
Okay, yeah.
Nice.
We'll post it on the page and be like, our intern Nathan is out there.
We're all interns,
In the
Nate.
wild.
It's okay.
In the wild, getting coffee.
Right?
It's the next
Travels all
story.
the way to
No,
BlizzCon.
we're still on this story. Others in the Series B financing round include sports standouts like Marshall Lynch, Michael.
Marshawn.
Whatever.
Marshawn Lynch, dude.
I don't watch your sports. Leave my sports
He doesn't watch
alone.
sports ball, right?
Okay, fat, bro. It's Marshawn Lynch.
Michael
cares?
Strahan of the NFL and retired New York Yankees slugger Alex Rodriguez.
See, this is the thing that like these
They
guys.
can't play sports, so they're playing esports.
Oh, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. A-Rod, awesome at baseball. But this is what baffles, this doesn't baffle me, that athletes are actually buying esports. What baffles me is like, oh, I'm Jennifer Lopez. I'm going to put $15 million on this. Why? What do you have to gain? These guys are like, Michael Strahan, I play football, now I coach esports. Like, I
Maybe-
totally...
Are they
Maybe-
Mike Tyson all of a sudden?
No, that's not Michael Strahan
Maybe Jennifer
sounds.
Lopez is like, I love to play Overwatch. I want to watch these guys win for me.
If there's a video of Jennifer Lopez playing Overwatch, I need to find this.
She
We'll
probably
look
just
it
like-
up after the
like,
See,
podcast.
this is where I
right?
feel we need a camera. That way, Max can show off his lesbian.
What? We'll post a picture on the page.
Yeah.
I apparently have a lesbian. I have a miniature figurehead of Tracer that was thrown at me earlier today.
It's a gift, I guess.
Yep.
Peacekeeping. But no, like, see, I can understand, like, I can understand the athletes taking esports, you know, because they're athletes. Like, you guys are athletes kind of just like me, I guess.
Well, except you actually
Alright.
did something physical.
So Kien hates the term that they're called sports. What would you prefer them be called?
Entertainment. He discussed this.
Like,
not
yeah,
that long ago.
entertainment or tournaments. Just call them
Well,
a fucking tournament league.
I would get that
Or-
like, tournament or league.
yeah, I'd call them a league. Call them an I think E-League would have been a perfect term. It's
But
still...
then League of Legends would have been all in flames.
They could... They
You
had
can't call it League.
Club, whatever.
E-compendium.
E-clubs.
E-Club. Club
There's-
Penguin's gonna get on your
Like,
shit
they're
now.
dead. They don't count.
They've been dead forever.
But that's my thing. Like, okay. See, this is what makes me look like an asshole about this. Like, okay,
The E-conglomerate.
right. I think it's cool that Blizzard made that fucking place because then you can rent it out and do your own tournaments. I think that's awesome. I just don't like the term esports. I'm sorry. When I think of esports, I think yo, dude, I'm gonna play some Madden NFL.
I don't want to play Madden.
I'm with
God.
him. Madden is pretty dumb.
Alright, are we done with Kien hating on esports?
I think
Yes.
so.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're on another hot button topic for Kien. Those
Oh, boy.
planning to pick up Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon have another option to choose from when the games launch this November. In addition to the Steelbook and Veteran Trainers dual packs, Nintendo has announced that each game will be available as a special starter trainers pack.
You get 12 revives. 12 of them.
Just
That's
12.
literally it.
And a keychain.
Really?
Whoa!
Mind blowing, right?
Look at the price.
Yeah, okay, so I have more on this. As its name implies, the starter trainer pack includes items to help newer players through the earlier portion of the adventure.
Vibes.
It comes with a copy of either Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon, and a download code for a whole 12 revives to restore any downed Pokemon. An exclusive keychain featuring the game's cover Pokemon, Dusk, Name, what the fuck is this?
Duskmane Necrozma.
And Dusk and Dawn Wings that thing for Ultra Moon.
There you go.
Nintendo hasn't announced pricing details for the starter trainer packs, but the company says it will be available at participating retailers. The Veterans Trainers Dual Pack, meanwhile, retails for $80 and includes a copy of both titles, 16 art cards, and a download code for 200 Pokeballs.
So many
Jesus
balls.
Christ.
All the balls and all the revives.
God.
This game, how much
And a
does a
keychain.
Pokemon game cost now? Just base game, like
40.
what, 40 bucks? That's double the price just for in-game shit.
You get
And
two games though.
You get both
Both
of the games.
You have both games, but
Fuck, would you need both games except for the Pokemon exclusive Pokemon? Fucking
the
bullshit.
two-star, like, okay, so the difference between
Is
Sun
that
and
one
Moon.
at night and one at
Yeah,
day?
see,
That's
Sun and Moon.
bullshit.
Sun and Moon did the good thing that other Pokemon games really didn't do, where like everyone is like legendary exclusive. You know what I mean, Gil? But this one they have like two different semi-different stories. While the other ones were basically the same story, but instead of Dialga, you either fought Palkia, and if you didn't fight Palkia, you fought Dialga. So, and then you just waited till the third game came out where you beat all 3 of the legendaries because that's how the story goes.
Yeah.
So this, I mean, I don't know. I kind of wish they would have done something, maybe, you know,
More substantial.
more substantial. Like I said, I don't get it's not a hot button topic for me because I think, did you beat the game? Brady did. See, but that's the thing. I couldn't beat the tutorial, not because I sucked, because it was so fucking boring that I just was like, this isn't worth my time.
You're just like, I already know how to hit tackle 4 times in a battle.
Yeah.
This is the 3rd time being taught how to catch a Pokemon.
Right, and see, it was so handholdy for me that I just got turned off from the game.
See, the thing that doesn't do it for me about that pack is that, 1, it's just a keychain. 2, 12 revives does not incline me to get the game because you can go to a Pokemon Center in the game for free. And infinite revives.
Right? You beat the elite.
But you might not always be near a center, Gil.
Just let all
Bring logic
Pokemon
into
black
this.
out and then you'll just be teleported to a Pokemon Center.
You can buy them in game. It's not like they're that expensive.
I know. I don't know. This is just This is just for like parents who like think their kid's dumb at playing video games, and they're like, oh.
Even a 5-year-old could beat a game like that. Without the 12 revives.
I just think it's a dumb concept, anyways, to like pay extra money for
For-
real world money, like.
Says the guy who paid how much for League?
$200. That was my high school years. This is like adult Kien looking at this like, yeah, dude, I'm not paying like it's just like fucking microtransactions and video games now. I'm like, dude, fuck this noise.
So what you're saying is, you spent $200 on League, so now you'll spend $150 on League because you're an adult.
No, I'm not spending shit on League anymore.
I know, I'm kidding. But yeah,
I'll spend
like,
$20.
But with what you were talking about the tutorial, I wish there was a way you could like turn off. Like you'd be like, I've played through this before, I know what to do.
Well, most of the time, you like
The
all
other ones you
you
could.
could. This one is like it's handholdy as fuck, and it pissed me off. So if I'm gonna wait till I'm gonna watch Brady play it on his Twitch channel to see if there's a tutorial, and if there isn't, I'm gonna buy it. So then I can just play Pokemon what I wanted to do. Train cute animals to become monsters and kill people.
You're gonna plug and do it properly. Give them the channel name.
Go to
It'll be linked in the description down below. Go.
Twitch.com/radioactive.
Max does it properly.
Fuck you.
Way to go.
You're welcome. Brady, I've never met you, but you're welcome. Ubisoft has announced a new game mode for Assassin's Creed Origins, and it might
Discovery.
not be what you expect, as Gil just fucking cut in like an asshole. Discovery Tour, as it is called, is a casual mode coming in 2018 for free that removes
Casual.
all combat so that players can freely explore the ancient Egypt setting.
Casual.
It's educational. Edutainment has returned, everybody.
Actually, I think it's called just being Reaper in Assassin's Creed, so you just be super edgy.
Yo, this is fucking ridiculous. I don't
Ruins
know
all
about
combat.
man. I don't know how you guys feel, but this sounds fucking dumb. I might as well just get a National Geographic's game Egypt for this. Like,
Who would play this? Like,
But in this game,
You'd be surprised.
you can fully go through the entire game, collecting all the locations and all that stuff without doing combat. So basically, it's a free roam with no time limit, no story, and no combat.
that's boring as shit.
Dude, it's basically just running around in like any game like Skyrim or
Or like
Fallout and just not
GTA.
killing people.
it's
Yeah,
more like GTA, just driving around.
yeah, like following the rules in GTA. People fucking play that, and it's free.
I know, but this is like,
It's
I was
free.
reading articles like you get to watch people embalm mummies and shit. I'm like, what the fuck, man?
It's
For real?
educational. I said that.
It's rated M though.
The game is rated M. The
This is-
education's for everyone.
God, that's just
DLC is never rated
Oh,
by the
see,
ESRB.
I've already like I know you were like, dude, Assassin's Creed Origin looks interesting to me because it's totally different. Here's Assassin's Creed Origin has done stupid shit. The first thing they did was make an $800 pre-order where it was $800 and someone is actually probably gonna buy it where you got like a metal map and shit like that. Now they put this like educational shit. I'm like, man, what the fuck? Like, who's the audience though? That's my thing. Like, we make a joke.
Who's the target audience
Who's
for
the
this?
fucking target audience for this? Like,
People who can't assassinate people.
People who can't
Literally
sneak and
me.
get.
I
Yeah.
am, like,
So this is
ass
Strohman's
and
game. He's like, so
I
I don't
am-
have to sneak and kill people, and all I have to do is just learn about how to kill mummies and maybe fight Anubis. Okay, let's do
Very
it.
hard to
I'm,
kill
like,
people in the
super
desert
bad
when you can't
at
find a grassy
sneaking
knoll.
Games like that. I'm like so bad at it.
That was my problem thinking about that.
That's
How do you-
one, Gil.
No, he's right. How do you fucking sneak in this game? Explain to me.
No, the grassy knoll reference was
Okay.
one.
Oh, okay. But no, that's the thing. That's another thing about Assassin's Creed Origins that bothers me. How the fuck do you sneak in this game?
You don't.
Yeah.
You just stab people and run
Obelisk.
away.
It didn't look as sneaky in this game. The combat looked more straightforward.
Right.
I'll give it that. Yeah,
He
it
doesn't
looked like,
have that. He just has like a fucking sickle.
yeah, dude was just running up and beating the shit out of people in this game.
What an assassin.
Yeah, the beginnings of Assassin.
They'll
Well, I
never
mean,
know
he
it was
killed
me.
people. His
They'll-
face was covered.
They'll never
Yeah,
know it was
of
me.
course they're not gonna know it's you because you're in Egypt and you're all the same. You look all alike.
Whoa.
So
That's
Oh.
racist.
That's too far.
Hey, now,
That's too
okay,
far.
so we have Gil hating dumb people and women, and now
Right.
we have Kien being racist. So there you go.
Kien is
Against
racist.
Egyptians.
Oh, yeah, just man.
All
We
right,
don't
so
say all your people
I'm
look
gonna
alike.
move us on.
You do.
I'm gonna move
You
us
do.
on. Ah,
Next one.
hey. Blizzard has released a new Overwatch digital comic short. This one focusing on Alexandra, that last name,
The
better
lesbian.
known as Zyra.
Zarya?
Zarya. I play League. It's Zyra. In this comic, searching, she's on a mission to hunt down the hacker Sombra. The pursuit takes Zarya around the globe, but she encounters nothing but the same unreliable intel and dead ends. Reads a line from its description. Alright. With her trail cold and her leads exhausted, she reluctantly agrees to the only option she has left. Partnership with the Omnic hacker.
So she teams up with Sombra.
So to find Sombra, she teams up with Sombra?
No, Omnics are robots. Never mind.
She teams up with a hacker to catch a hacker. It's like Face Off, but stupid.
Okay, yeah, alright.
I haven't had a chance to read it yet,
What the
so I'll
fuck
have
is
to check
that
it out.
face off?
It's not.
I
I just
don't
wanted to
fucking
roll
know.
Nick Cage into this.
God damn you with your Nick Cage references.
Throw something.
God. Alright, so, he had messed up dates, but Fortnite's standalone Battle Royale mode launched yesterday for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, and despite objections from PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds developer Bluehole, is already off to an impressive start. I almost said butthole. Today, Epic revealed that more than 1 million players have played the title on launch day. Holy crap.
It's
Whoa.
fucking fun.
Oh yeah, it is
Really?
fun.
Yeah, it's fun as
I'm
fuck.
gonna have to check it out. I
It-
mean,
it's-
PUBG is awesome. So
Fortnite is free cartoon buildy version of PUBG. You can
Okay.
build shit, or you can build shit. It's cartoony. Things go crazy.
And it's on
I've
platforms.
done some pretty crazy stuff on PUBG too.
Yeah,
so
and
I
it's
don't
on
know.
platforms, and I like my PC can't really hold that much. Like you have a fucking dope PC, and I know this, but like my PC can't hold shit, so I have to delete files and then reinstall them when I get bored of like I played PUBG for a while, but I died a lot. So
Yeah.
That's why you gotta roll with a team, and then you'll still die a lot. But
Yeah.
still have fun.
Fortnite, I feel like I have more of a chance because like I can build shit to defend myself and fuck like that. Like
Until you get RPG'd and then go.
yeah, I mean, it happens, but like that's the thing. Like I don't know. We were talking about like PUBG getting all pissed. It is not the same game. Like honestly, when you play it,
Same concept, different design.
right? So
So is it more like Max said it was more like cartoony?
yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
It's cell shaded. It's
Okay.
not hyper realistic like PUBG is.
Okay.
And I like that though. I like that fun like.
It makes it
cel-shadedness.
look really nice, and it requires a lot less on your computer.
Okay.
The graphics are not lower, but easier to handle.
1 million
Yeah, I'll definitely have to check it
troops.
out.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So it may not be the virtual console service that Nintendo Switch owners have been waiting for, but the first classic Nintendo game is now available for console. Today, the arcade classic Mario Bros. Arrives in the Switch eShop, kicking off Nintendo's newly announced line of arcade archives titles. So we're gonna be getting a lot of old shit. If I don't get Duck Hunt able to use 2 fucking guns because they have 2 controllers, I'm gonna be disappointed.
You are violent.
Like the only game I've
Can I
ever
shoot
played.
The dog?
Yes, that is all I want from that game.
That was actually a thing.
Yeah,
You
the
can
only
shoot
game
the
I've
dog?
actually
Holy
played
shit.
on the Switch is ARMS, and oh wait, I've played Splatoon 2 as well. But ARMS is actually really fun on the Switch, and Splatoon was okay.
I'm not a big shooter fan, but ARMS is fun.
Alright. So, I mean, like, they're coming out with stuff. I'm alright with that. As long as it doesn't cost a fuck ton to get an old game, I'm okay.
I just don't want to pay money to buy a Switch because I know it's just going to end up on my fucking shelf.
Saints Row developer Volition has laid off over 30 people, according to Kotaku, which names the studio's general manager Dan Senmark as one of the people among those affected. The studio's last major release, Agents of Mayhem, failed to make a big impact critically, and according to Kotaku's 3 sources, parent company Deep Silver was unhappy with sales.
Yeah, they spent 3 years on that game, and it turned out like shit.
Well, I hardly heard about it.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a thing.
Right, like it tanked. Like
It tanked bad.
It tanked bad. Like we were saying, like we now are going to buy. We're not buying them. We're renting them off of because the Redbox gets the recent games like right there.
Yeah.
The day after, and we were gonna play it, but I was like looking at it. I'm like, dude, this looks shoddy. I was seeing other people play. I'm like, this is shoddy, dude. It wasn't. I mean,
It wasn't what you expected.
well, they're like it's like Saints Row, but it's really not. You know, they say fuck a lot. I guess that's pretty much all they got. Like for real, and they say I'm really dumb. Like the only thing I liked was the black dude that had the Captain Ahab. He has a special thing where he gets a harpoon gun. That thing's dope. But everything else is just like the fucking dialogue's bad. The only thing that was interesting is the villain fights.
So was Black Captain Ahab looking for a white whale because he's racist, or because there was actually a white whale?
I don't know. It's a question to
Why
ask
not?
yourselves deep
Both.
down inside. Why he was going for the white whale? Blayhab.
So, back on Pokemon Go, players who were looking to take advantage of the limited time Equinox event before it concludes may have experienced some trouble connecting to the game yesterday, or whatever day this was, as a server issue prevented many from logging on for most of the day. Developer Niantic has since resolved the problem, and today the company revealed it will extend the Equinox event to compensate for the outrage. On Facebook, Niantic announced that the in-game Equinox event will now run until October 3rd, giving players an additional day to partake in it. During the event, you will earn double Stardust for catching Pokemon and hatching Pokemon eggs, while registering a new Pokemon in your Pokédex will net you triple the amount of XP as normal. In addition to that, players have a chance to get special 2-kilometer eggs from Pokestops and gyms during the Equinox event, which may hatch into Chansey, Mareep, Larvitar, and other rare Pokemon. Niantic is also offering special boxes from Pokemon Go's in-game shop that contain items like lucky eggs, lure modules, and new super incubators. The latter hatch eggs 1.5 times faster than regular incubators. So what I got out of this is Niantic fucked up, they're giving us our day back. And cash grab.
Well, I mean, you know how we shit on like cash grabs. Like Niantic seems like one of the few gaming companies that like really like, yo, dude, we fucked up, so we'll give you
We're
this.
trying to help
Yeah,
you
well,
out.
like John talking about the Pokemon Go festival that his roommates went to, they got refunded and everything like that.
Yeah.
Like Niantic is cool about this shit.
Oh yeah, they actually care about their shit, for sure. And, like, I'm saying cash grab, but, like, when I used to play, you can actually earn the money that you, like, the currency that you buy with real money
Yeah,
in game.
if you stay in gyms long enough,
Yeah,
you can get...
they changed it. So, like before, it used to be you only earned 1 coin every, like, so long. But now it's you earn 10 coin for every hour your Pokemon are in a gym.
That's
Jesus,
actually really
that's
impressive. I like
fucking
that.
impressive,
And
actually.
it lasts for, like, 12 hours or something. So if it's in there for more than 12 hours, you earn, like, 120 coins and then it stops or something. I'm not sure.
So you just have to drop it in another gym, basically.
Yeah, or like get knocked out and then put it in another one.
Yeah, so that's not hard. And from what I saw, prices on things aren't incredibly expensive. Having your Pokemon sitting there for 12 hours lets you buy some decent shit.
Yeah.
You're going on the Pokemon Go app right now.
Yeah, because I forgot I had a Pokemon.
Piece of
Nintendo
shit.
Well, alright. Ghost War, the PvP mode for Ghost Recon Wildlands, has finally had a release date. It is launching on October 10th. Ubisoft announced yesterday, whatever day this was released. The 4v4 mode comes to the shooter through a free update on all platforms. Ubisoft previously tested Ghost War in a beta, matches players out as best of 3 with 10-minute rounds. There are 8 maps and 12 classes at launch, and Ubisoft has said it will have regular updates and new content after launch. This will include more classes, maps, and modes. So basically, they're adding a lot more shit to a game that is already there for free.
Was Wildlands pretty good? I never really I didn't see much about it.
Ryan didn't like it.
Ryan didn't like it.
But you thought it was fun.
No, I played Tom Clancy's.
Oh.
The Division, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. I know a few people who play Wildlands,
you
but they
played
never really
Wildlands.
told me about it.
I did for a little bit.
Okay, did you like it?
It was alright. It kind of felt like a Far Cry with less
Weird violence?
weird violence and less to actually do.
Okay. I mean, this is quite enjoyable if people enjoy PvP. Personally, I don't enjoy PvP because I don't like losing, so...
Yeah, Kien is a fucking butthurt asshole.
Salty as hell.
He's the guy who will Google who's the most broken character and then just play them until they get nerfed. And then find a new character.
That is true.
That is still broken.
I'm not against that.
Yeah.
The sea has less salt than him.
It's under... Yeah, no, y'all...
The Dead Sea or the Sea?
The Dead Sea.
Alright.
Pretty salty.
Okay. So, Valve has yanked 173 games from Steam as part of what is believed to be the largest single-day removal of games in the PC platform's history. As reported by Polygon, all of the expelled games were made by Silicon Echo Studios, and it sounds like there's a pretty good reason for the removal. The YouTube video below from Sid Alpha talks about asset-flipping games that use pre-made Unity assets to release games faster and less expensively. Valve previously referred to these titles and those like them as quote-unquote fake games. Some of the games were reportedly sold by a connected company called Zonitron Productions, and in July and August the company apparently released 86 games on Steam. That would be about 10% of all games launched on Steam during those 2 months. Okay, yeah, no, that's a new topic. So basically, they just removed almost 200 games that weren't even games. They were just pre-made assets being shoved together to make a game.
Just because they were selling them to basically make a quick profit. Like, oh,
Yeah.
this is a cheap game, I'll buy it. See
Yeah,
it's
they
fun.
were selling them for cheap, they were making money and costing very little to make.
So they were just like shit games.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
I could probably make one of those in like 20 minutes. if you-
Yeah, exactly.
I could like just put like my unfinished RPG where you just walk around as a game and make money.
Yeah, that's basically what they were doing. So, like, I assume Valve is pissed.
I would be.
Like, this is shit. Valve is a fairly, I say fairly good, sometimes they're meh, but they're pretty good about what games they release. Their greenlighting for a lot of things is usually pretty good until a company gets a full approval, then their shit just falls out like this. But, like, they tried, and they caught it, and it hasn't been long that these games have been out.
But that's still 200 games though. Like that's a decent amount of money that was shelled out by people.
Oh, yeah.
To, you know what I mean? And so like I gotta give them props for that. Like I'm not shitting on them for like, oh, 200 games, man, come on, you should do that like 50. No, but like at the same time, like that it's a very understandable thing.
Right.
And I think that I'm glad they caught it early, because when you do go on Steam and you look at those games, like a lot of those games are shoddy as fuck.
Right, especially when Steam has this option to look at games that are $10 or less. Well, a lot of these games fucking hit that category, and people
Right.
are like, well, this game doesn't look too bad, it hasn't been out long, so I can't really trust the reviews. They're buying it, playing it, and they're like, well, this is a fucking shit game.
Right. So I think that's nice. Yeah, sure, it shortens Steam's catalog a little bit, but Steam has enough to.
Their catalog is huge.
Yeah.
Ginormous.
Yeah.
Huge gantic.
What?
Yeah.
I was gonna take one away from you, Gil, but you got slapped, so it's okay.
That was just one. We already had his one.
He's had one, but I was gonna take two, but he got slapped.
Okay, so he's at one.
Yeah, he's at one.
Okay.
I haven't told you what your limit is yet, Gil.
I think it's two.
It's been
But be
one.
worried.
It was one.
Alright. After being announced last year, Stardew Valley's Nintendo Switch port is now another step closer to actually launching. Publisher Chucklefish's, that's the fucking
What?
name?
What?
Chucklefish. Publisher Chucklefish. Their CEO, Finn Bryce, stated on Twitter that the version has been approved and that the company is working on finalizing a release date. Just last month, Chucklefish said it doesn't generally announce release dates until quite close to launch, when we are at least 95% certain that nothing will go terribly, terribly wrong.
That had to have been on purpose.
What
Oh, yeah.
Is this game that online RPG looking? Well, like
It's not
Yeah.
online.
it's not online,
It's on.
Making their
Consoles.
CEO.
but it's an RPG, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the farming RPG where you go around and mine and you do your farm and whatever and go fishing and shit. For what it is, it's not a bad game.
Right. I'm
If
not
it's the
like.
kind of thing-
Harvest Moon.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's what you like, it's a good game. Okay. The company is now finalizing a release date, must therefore mean that the game is not far off from launching. So, I mean, like, they say they don't announce games to be released until they're, like, 95% done. So, like, this game could be coming out before the end of the year.
Yeah.
Like, probably, it very well could be, if not early 2018.
That's good.
And this is a huge game, and it's a game that I'm sure people with the Nintendo Switch will probably buy. A lot of what I see on the Nintendo platform seem to be less high action games, and this fits that role very well. It's a relaxing, little slower paced game.
But
I'm not calling anybody
Arms.
slow or dumb or anything, so fuck off, Gil.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
He
two
was
of
gonna
their
hate
most
on Donkey
prominent games released are very action oriented.
There are
Arms and
actually-
Splatoon.
They are very action orientated, but they games like Call of Duty that seem to hit big, or like Dark
Yeah,
Souls.
Squid Kids Call of Duty.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Like big, okay, not big games, but like super constant action games don't seem to be released as often on Nintendo platforms.
I'll give you that
Yeah,
one.
because they're more like
Family
family
oriented.
friendly.
Yeah.
Friendly oriented.
Which is awesome. I enjoyed
Can't
plenty
wait
of
to
the
play
games.
Doom
that-
with my family.
Can't wait to play No More Heroes 3.
Yeah, family friendly games.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll totally play Doom.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Can we stop doing fucking words I
Types of
can't
text.
understand?
Nope.
Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment and Monolith have apologized for their handling of Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor's Forgthog DLC.
It's the dead fucking developer DLC. They were gonna make people pay for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we talked about this.
We did.
And
we did cover
they're
that.
apologizing, so they're letting it become free now. But because people thought they were just gonna profit on it, they're like, nah, dude, we were gonna give all this stuff to the dead family, the person's widow and his
Yep.
kids. Which, I mean, you can still do that. Warner Brothers.
Portion of the sales from that.
Yeah.
Well, what they have done is they're refunding everybody who has paid for the DLC, and the publisher will also donate to the family of Michael Forgy. Profits from the sales of the DLC were to be donated to the family, who passed in March 2016 from a rare form of cancer known as
Do you need help?
fucking big
Sound
random
it out.
glioblastoma, something like that.
Something.
Yeah,
I
we'll
don't,
just
I
go
don't
with
think that L is supposed to be there. I think it's glioblastoma.
Yeah, let's just go with that.
However, the effort drew criticism after there were indications that a portion of the profits wouldn't go to 4G's widow and children. It fucking says window.
The typing.
Damn it.
According to a new statement from Warner Bros. Posted on Shadow of War's community page, the publisher and Shadow of War developer Monolith always intended to give all profits from the DLC worldwide to 4G's family, but only plan to actively promote this donation in the US. So, all DLC profits were going to go there, they just weren't going to make a big deal of it anywhere but the US.
Yo, but that's the thing. You might as well just been open about it instead of people like implying that you're not giving. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah. And they changed it, they fixed it. I'm sure they've already donated a shit ton of money to this guy anyway. Tough.
He's pulling fabric out of his sock.
Bro, I'm not against them like doing that, but like now they're like refunding people, and I'm like, dude, that's fucked up even more. You know what I
Right,
mean?
now all
Like,
this money that was sitting there, the family's like, look at that, we're gonna have some money. Fuck.
like they're looking at their bank accounts like, yo, why is like $4 a month, $4 an hour keep coming out?
Right?
Like what the fuck?
Dude, I woke up this morning and we're negative $300. What happened?
They were mad that that was a paid DLC, and your dad's cancer doesn't matter to them, I guess.
Right?
Only their cancer matters.
Right, but like, you know, like, see, this is just the bad marketing of it. In all
Yeah,
honesty,
they
like,
didn't.
If they would have marketed it better, it would have gone over.
Right, they had great intentions. They just was poorly marketed.
Like if they were like, "Hey, we're gonna give all the money to this guy's family for this,"
so you should buy this DLC, and then people could be like, "Fuck you, I don't want to do that." So
Right, then they would have been like, well, I want the DLC, but I don't want to donate to this guy, so no. Because people are assholes.
right, so like, I mean, either way, you're gonna lose. The way
Right.
I look at it, like, I don't know. See, that was the thing.
Is it really a dick move on their part or on the fandom's part?
It's a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
More on the fandom for being, you know.
Right, for being assholes.
I really wish they would name that, or what is it, Geospore? What was the
Geoblastoma.
That should have been the orc's name. The orc that you
my
kill is
God.
Geoblastoma.
Alright, Kien, that's one.
I'm sorry.
Now
I
you
brought up
get the
lymphoma
major-
that other time, so I just was making a callback to that episode.
But no, it's
God.
like I said, they're just the fandom's just promoting their own cancer.
Right?
Right. Oh.
Can he keep his strike if I hit him? Because I feel he deserves to be hit.
No.
No, it took you too long to hit him. If you had hit him as he said it, maybe.
Yeah, it's too late.
Could have been
now.
allowed. Two
Alright.
days now.
So Atari is launching a crowdfunding campaign in Indiegogo this fall. Where the?
Indiegogo.
Yeah. What the fuck is that?
It's like a crowdfunding website. It's like Kickstarter or
Okay.
GoFundMe.
Though there is no word as of yet regarding its funding goal, however, Atari said it's going with crowdfunding because it wants its users to be part of this launch and part of the story. The Atari box will be in the price range of $250 to $300, and it'll ship in late spring 2018. The price will depend on things like memory configuration and additions. For example, Atari is producing a wood edition that is made with actual wood.
That doesn't sound like a pirate hazard at all.
Yeah. Alright, guys, I got a great idea. What?
A
Let's
wooden
put
console.
electronics that, like, move and cause sparky bits and shit if things go
May
wrong.
overheat.
And then we're gonna wrap it in something that burns.
Completely flammable.
I bet.
$1 million
I
idea.
bet they wrapped it in like aluminum and then put the wood over it.
Yeah, it's probably just gonna be a wood casing.
God, but this shit's fun. It's in a. It's a fucking Atari, dude.
Right.
So
I'm not gonna pay $200 to play Pong.
I'm playing
Wood
Pong
console.
and Batman.
Yeah.
Wooden Pong, you mean?
See.
Wooden Pong.
I find it hilarious if it succeeded, just because then Blade Runner wouldn't be completely wrong.
Lol.
It would not. You are totally right on that. But like, I don't know. I just saw one of our friends just snap that he got the fucking Super Nintendo, like the SNES. I'm like, why?
It's classic.
Dude, we have the like we were talking about. We have the eSwitch studio, you know.
Yeah.
And you can, okay, alright, so here's my thing about this. Those controllers are fucking stupid. The little, like, spin the knob controllers? Dumb.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
We have, like, you have so much better use with, like, a pad, like the D-pad you can use now.
But
Why?
But why don't you like spinning a knob?
That's stupid.
It's because Kien gets sick when he spins his knob.
it's not, like, okay, on the real. Like, alright, maybe I am, okay, this is probably the possibility I am a super minimalist about my life, but, like, I do have a copious amount of video games and shit like that. You guys know this, I have a ton of mangas, I have a ton of that shit. But, like, for me, this is, like, $300 seems fucking excessive for a fucking game that you will just play Pong on.
200 on skins.
There'll be other stuff, too.
Yeah, like Vikings where you just spin the ball. Like, that's what I mean, though. Like, they have an Atari classic game thing that Walmart for $20 where you can play all the games that you're probably going to get on this. That's the thing I'm making a point. Like, unless you are a big collector, and Atari, I'm sorry, I know I'm shitting on you right now, but why? Why? Who, like, are you going to buy it? No. Are you going to buy
I didn't
it?
buy the Super Nintendo either.
Yeah, I'm not going to, well, that's fucking dumb too.
Because I didn't grow up with it, so it's not like, I don't have an emotional attachment to it.
That's very, like, see, and that's the thing, it's very understandable. Sure, if you're a collector, go ahead and buy it, but at the same time, what people are you, like, it's like, where are you marketing this at?
If I want to play an Atari game, I'll go online and download it.
Right.
For free.
For free.
Exactly.
And then just play it with your mouse.
Yeah. Like, and
Better controls.
even with the Nintendo game, like, they're fucking assholes about that, too. We've talked about this. They made a butt ton of money on a deal with these shit batteries, and that they said there's limited amount of stocks when you know there isn't, because it's supply and demand. I can understand Nintendo selling the SNES and NES Classics because, you know, they're affordable until you, like, have one and you sell it on eBay for $500. This is like, we might sell it for $200, $300. Why? What is your market here?
Right.
Like, I could see like $100. Like,
Right.
that would be understandable.
Right now, they're selling in the price range of new-gen consoles.
Right.
And they're going to be getting classic original games.
Right.
Like Pong. Like, we're not going to be getting any, like, fucking Atari Call of Duty shit like that.
I wonder if you buy the console, if all the games will come with it.
It will probably come with a good chunk of games, I'm assuming, if they're selling it for that price.
Yeah, it'll probably come with, like, Stuntman and things like that, which is, I don't hate this idea. I think it's cool to bring back nostalgic things. Sure, whatever. But, like, the price range you want me to buy it for is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because I don't even want to shell out money for a PS4 because I want to get a certain game. What makes you think I want to shell out money for an Atari because I played it as a child?
Exactly. But there are people out there with money that will buy this.
Right.
And that's kind of a little bit of the problem. There are people who are going to buy it at this price range where most people are going to be like, this is pretty expensive for a very
Dated
amount.
game. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. So, after 2 years of its release, Game of the Year edition of the acclaimed Fallout 4 is now available on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Today also marks an opportunity to get your hands on the hard-to-find Pip-Boy edition, provided you live in North America. We all... yeah, right?
No, one of us might be Canadian. We don't know. Undercover Canadian.
Are you Hitler?
I'm Canadian. I'm not Hitlering. My hand is, like, straight up.
Hey, that's two.
Nope, too late.
Doesn't count.
Alright, I'll just
All
go
right.
on the next one.
Okay, so as we noted when the package was first announced last month, it's surprising that it took this long for the Game of the Year editions of the game to be released. There certainly wasn't a lack of critically acclaimed or DLC to bundle with this game, and indeed all of the post-release content, as with most Game of the Year editions, will be included with this. All of the DLC that came after launch.
Was it really Game of the Year?
Yeah, I got Game of the Year.
Oh, fuck that. Totally forgot. That game was garbage.
I
Yep.
don't know.
I'd
My
play it.
favorite Fallout game was New Vegas because there's
Yeah.
so much stuff you could do. There's so much
Right.
story, so much like depth because you could like play as an idiot and do
Yeah.
like stupid dumb stuff that was fun.
Right, this game though, like it was glitchy as shit. It still is glitchy as shit.
And there's really no like, it's not as like dynamic as Fallout.
No,
you can't do as much. And it's not like, I don't know. New Vegas was just crazy good.
Yeah,
and Obsidian like knocked it out of the park.
I think the reason they're doing this is because it was a huge hit game, and now they're re-releasing the game with all the DLC, which I believe was 6 or 7 DLC packs.
At least.
For $60 in total. Full game, all DLC is for $60. If you go on, like, Steam or Xbox or whatever to buy the base game and the season pass right now, you're paying
like
more.
$80.
You're paying more than 60. So this will be all on one disc, all one download, all whatever, and it'll still be updated along with the original one. You'll still have access to your mods and all this shit. So like we're not missing out on anything. But what they're really pushing here is, you remember when the game originally released, there was that big ass Pip-Boy you could put on your wrist that your phone could go into? That's coming back.
And so you could just like Pip-Boy from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, if your wrist was fucking small enough.
Right.
Like
that thing was tiny.
That thing was tiny. Like the reason it fits Jay's dainty arms is because he's
a grandma, alright?
Yeah, he's a grandma.
Right, he's tiny as fuck. But again, there will be a limited number available at the price of $100. So you're paying an extra $40 for a hunk of plastic that you can put your phone into.
Pretty much.
To be fair, most people do that.
Fuck.
You can download the app without the
Special
the app works
editions.
just fine.
I guess I'm a nihilistic douche about special edition shit like this. Why? I know people are gonna spend money on it, but why?
People are collectors. People like to just be like,
that.
guess what I bought? I spent an extra $40 for this, and I haven't used it.
I fucking lived with that. I think that's why I have a huge problem with this.
Exactly.
It just collects dust. Like,
sometimes you just don't use it, and sometimes you do. Like,
right? Like, but that's rare. Rare. When you like.
Rare replay.
What?
Rare replay.
Okay, I get you on that. Fuck you.
Is that two?
No, he's making a joke point. Rare replay was shit, but no,
right.
Like I don't know. It's just like when we keep talking about like John keeps bringing up pre-orders. This is why usually I'm not on the podcast because I usually just get like annoyed about how much money people will spend on this shit. And it's like, and they only make it limited edition, and then people will end up buying it off of eBay for more. I'm like, fuck.
All right. So after 11 months that began in October 2016, it looks like the video game voice actor strike is finally coming to an end. SAG-AFTRA, the union that represents video game voice actors, announced today that it is reached a tentative agreement to end the strike against 11 video game companies, including juggernauts like Activision, Electronic Arts, and Warner Bros. The strike was the longest in SAG history. The deal was reached on Saturday morning. The terms include the following: a new bonus structure that provides an additional payment to performers. This payment, which must be delivered no date later than the game's release date, is calculated by the number of recording sessions an actor worked on the title, starts with a $75 payment for the first session, and runs up to $2,100 after 10 sessions. The union also sought a back-end payment program that sought to give performers an additional full-scale payment for every 500,000 units sold, for a maximum of 4 secondary payment if a game sells 2 million copies, but this doesn't appear to be happening. Under the previous deal, video game voice actors represented by SAG are paid at least $100 an hour plus benefits. So, basically, anybody who is voice acting and is part of this union, their pay is going up.
Let's become voice actors in video games.
Alright.
We're about to.
If somebody is hearing us and wants to start paying us to voice act, I'll do it for half that.
Yeah, I'll be a scab. I'll be a fucking scab. That new Bethesda game, not Bethesda game, that new BioWare game, Anthem. I'll fucking voice that.
Right?
Well, I mean, there is new Bethesda games like Evil Within and what else?
Yeah,
What
but
else?
fuck Evil Within, man.
I'll work for Bethesda for half that. Fuck
Yeah.
it.
No, but like, I mean, this is good. Like, we've had this with,
Right.
this it's the same thing with, like, the writer's strike. They're not getting paid they weren't getting paid as much, and they put a lot of input.
Right.
Nowadays, voice acting is very important for your video games.
And it takes a lot of time.
Right.
Like, it's not a simple sit down in a booth and just record it anymore. This is like,
You
you
do
guys...
multiple takes.
There are lots of takes. There are people sitting there. You have coaches being like, this is where you need to emphasize. This is how we want it to look.
Inflections.
There are even people who are like having their faces recorded so that their mouth movements are put into the game.
Mocap.
Yeah, when you bring up the voice actors, it just reminds me of a show I've seen. It's called Toast of London,
Mm-hmm.
and it's about a bad actor, and his name's Stephen Toast, and he goes in, and he does voice acting and stuff, and there's always they always tell him you could be more positive with this, or you could do this, and it's like, and that's kind of the point you brought up, and it's just funny to watch. It's a funny show. I'll have to show you guys it sometime.
Awesome. Alright, so Street Fighter V Halloween costumes. Chun-Li is likewise receiving a trio of new costumes. So, Thick Thighs is getting 3.
Woo!
Only thighs, always thighs. Right?
The first is an undercover outfit, while the second and third are more leisurely beach and sleepwear.
For Halloween?
Nah, this is an extra DLC that's coming out with the Halloween package.
I'm so disappointed in the quote-unquote fan services coming out of this.
What do you mean fan service?
The Halloween costumes
It's
are worse
totally
for some of the
okay.
fucking characters.
Oh yeah. Rounding out the new batch of outfits are 5 Halloween-inspired costumes for Dalsim, M. Bison, Orin, Birdie, and Fang, aka Fang, because it's all in caps, so Fang. Turning these characters into a demon, mummy, and other Halloween monsters. Each of the aforementioned outfits retail for $4 fucking dollars? Holy shit! I'll buy a bundle for 10 and call it good. Those who missed out on last year's Halloween costumes will also have another chance to pick them up. Capcom is bringing back 2016's Halloween skins in a bundle, which also includes the Spooky Arena stage. Nice. So, we're getting skins for Street Fighter V.
For copious amounts of money that Street Fighter V apparently can make you dish out. I have not dished out any money to Street Fighter V because fuck Street Fighter V. It started out with basically not giving you a game, and then 6 months later it makes you pay to get a game.
Right.
So...
Right. Alright, so Zelda Breath of the Wild lands Nintendo's second Game of the Year award. Apparently this game is fucking good. Haven't got to play it yet. That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, it's one of the games on the Switch that I wish I could have played. Because my friend who had one, he only has like Arms and Splatoon.
Because he's poor because he spent that much money on a Switch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, Breath of the Wild. The people that I know who own it and play it say it's like they swear by it, like that it's one of the best games they've played.
John will say it's a good game, not the best Zelda game.
No. But John has also played through all but like 2.
I think John actually played through all the Zelda games.
Has he made it through all of them?
I think he has.
Probably.
Alright,
Very
yeah.
opinionated.
Yeah. John is one of those people who will definitely play through an entire series and will have a favorite.
And then
Right.
he will kill us all for disowning that favorite.
Like if we like the prequels.
Or
But he's
Jar
not,
Jar.
but he's not here, so he can't condemn us. For
Right, but no, like,
Yay!
this is my...
I love the prequels.
Breath of the
We're
Wild,
gonna
Breath of the
die.
Wild was such a beautiful game. I mean, glad that they got Game of the Year because
It's Nintendo's Game of the Year.
It was worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was worth getting it.
Oh yeah, they definitely deserved it.
Didn't Brady get that game? Gil?
Yes.
Has
Yeah.
he played through?
No.
Oh my
No.
god.
It's dude. Okay, it's Brady. Like
I know,
He is
I
like
know.
like he plays a lot of games, but his number one is Pokemon. Like
I know. He only played Splatoon for like 2 weeks before he stopped. The first one.
That sounds like my friend Blake. All he does is play Guitar Hero, like, and he streams it.
this guy's a fucking weirdo. Who wants to watch people play Guitar Hero nowadays?
A lot
people
of
who
people.
can't play Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
Have you not been on the internet?
No, I don't.
Kien is on the internet right now.
For
He's a blatant
questions,
liar.
For questions.
Liar. Alright, summer may be coming to a close, but it's just beginning for the Counselors of Crystal Lake. Friday the 13th, 1984 Spring Break Clothing Pack DLC has finally released alongside some updates.
For
While the DLC
Friday
is...
the 13th.
Fuck.
Alright, so this DLC for the entire pack is a whole whopping $2. Come on, fucking Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter, bullshit assholes. You got this.
Yeah, but they're just getting fucking tanked.
Okay, the entire gang, not just 4 people, is getting some new swimsuits. It certainly sets the mood for everyone's impending doom. The pack gives each counselor a different swimsuit, from the mankinis and trunks for the dudes all the way to one pieces and bikinis for the ladies.
Like, hold on. So we're getting more fan service? Like,
Yes.
Yeah, so...
While we run around and try and kill them as scary monsters.
so
A scary monster.
Scary
so
monster.
what
To
you're
be fair,
saying
the
is-
game itself was already fan service.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, not in, like, a hypersexual way. That was fan service because you're gonna be Jason and maim the shit out of people.
Yeah.
just for fun.
Yeah.
Right.
Why can't you let people just drink?
I'm sorry, Gil.
Good.
Fuck these dreams.
Alright.
Thank you.
Alright. So that's all we got for our news. Kien apparently has questions, and read them to me, please.
Brandon Wassam, I'm not gonna say your like middle moniker, it's stupid. If you had to say the saddest moment in video game story mode history, what would you say?
Princess Peach not being in the castle.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking from someone like you, it'd be the ending of Mass Effect 3.
I didn't play Mass Effect 3 because
That
fuck
was
that.
just like, what? You're just like, this
Like
is
no,
dumb.
they meant like saddest moment, like a death or something. You
My,
fucking
my
asshole.
saddest moment is probably in Last of Us. I played that through, and that game, oh dude, the roller coaster of that game was so good.
I was thinking more the game where you think you're being the hero, but then you actually turn out to be
Like
the
Spec
villain.
Up the Line.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that one's good.
Oh, yeah.
But there
That
was
was
another one that was
beautifully
on like a top list of video games, and I can't ever remember the name.
Was it Braid?
It probably was, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it was Braid. I guess okay. My saddest moment in video games is Final Fantasy VII with Sephiroth kills Aerith because I devoted my time fucking leveling up Aerith and giving her stats and shit,
And she gone.
only to have her die.
She gone.
And I'm like, you son of a bitch.
Shows what you deserve.
Do you have one? Saddest moment in video games?
When the Mega Man series died.
Wait, I got a better one.
More specifically, 0.
When I almost crossed the finish line and the blue shell hit me.
That is a
True.
sad moment in video game history.
True.
Low key the
Do you have like a serious one?
No, I don't. I don't play games with like in-depth stories. If I play a game with a story, it's like Skyrim or Fallout.
Right.
Other than that, I play like
Dark Souls.
Dark Souls or.
Oh, I know my
MOBAs.
saddest moment in Dark Souls. You died.
Saddest moment in Dark Souls: the first time you try fucking fighting Seath and he can't fucking kill him.
Yeah, but no, for real though, Last of Us was one of those games that I would like go back and play.
Man, I guess I am one of the few besides Eli that did not think The Last of Us was that good.
It
I'm
was
gonna get
so
crap
good.
for saying this, but I thought it was pretty sad playing through the Telltale's The Walking Dead. And
Oh, it's
the-
Oh
fine.
yeah, that one, that's good too. Yeah,
The end.
Y'all
You get attached to
motherfuckers
them.
and your
Where
point
you die.
exactly. You get
You
attached
played
to it.
through this whole 5 chapters and then you die. And
I watched the YouTube video and I was kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, so I mean, if we're being serious, the closest thing I've gotten to like an actual story-driven game is Borderlands.
Yeah, judge
Oh,
me.
man.
What's the next one? What do we got?
Yeah.
Okay, Kip Davis, and I'm just gonna say this just to bitch you out about this because we've talked you into trying to buy an Xbox One. When will Madden 18 come for 360? Fuck you!
Oh, I saw
Wait,
this
what?
joke and I almost disliked it.
I was like,
Oh,
fuck you,
They
Kip.
want Madden 18 on the 360
Because he's
Why?
too cheap to buy a fucking Xbox One.
but who
Jesus.
cares?
right. I agree with Gil. Who the fuck plays Madden games?
Ryan.
Same.
And
I will
Kien.
not play that.
I have Madden 17.
I
I
have
still
Madden-
haven't bought 18 yet.
18's pretty fun.
I'm
18 has done a lot
Well,
that.
I will at
17.
some point.
don't watch the sports ball. So
Yeah, I don't understand the sports ball.
I mean, I don't either, but I still find the games pretty enjoyable.
Derek Woltman, why can't they ever make an amazing Aliens game? One that captures the horror like Alien Isolation did and still have the excitement of a shooter. Because you can have one. You can only have one or the other.
You
That's
can
what
only
I
have
was
a
gonna
horror
say.
game or a shooter game.
A
It's like-
shooter doesn't lead to horror. If you are running around shooting shit up like that, it's not going to lead you to scary.
This isn't Resident Evil 6.
Yeah, it's like, what am I trying to say? It's kind of like, you can't, like the fear games, the first one was kind of scary, but it was still a shooter.
Right.
And then the second one, it was more of a shooter than it was scary.
Right. And when then Fear 3 came along, it's just like, fuck this game.
It's just a shooter.
For 3-year.
Right.
That's because but during those sections of fear, that you had to slow down the gameplay.
Well, that's
So
the
it
same.
wasn't
Well,
straight up
I mean,
shooting.
that's my thing with that's the thing with my Dead Space. Dead Space was definitely not a shooter the first game. Because
Dude,
it was
that
not a
game
shooter.
Yeah, I was
messed with
just
me.
going to say that one.
Oh,
First
and
Wasn't
second
Dead Space
game,
kind of
no.
like that?
Yeah, and then it goes to Dead Space 3, and it's just pure shooter. Like you can't. It is one or the other.
Yeah,
You can have shooting elements in your horror game. But look at Resident Evil. Like
Right.
that's my thing.
It lies on a spectrum. The more you put shooter into it, the less horror you're going to get.
Right.
So if you want to be more horror, you're going to have less shooter.
You have
I
to
will-
slow down the gameplay.
Right.
That,
I will
that's
point
what
this
the
out.
suspense for.
Look at the difference between Resident Evil 6 and Resident Evil 7.
Exactly.
That is my biggest point out. Like those games, same game series, totally different gameplay.
Oh yeah.
One's an action horror and one's just a straight up horror.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. Unfortunately, it is one or the other. Like
You
it-
can get a mix, but you're not going to get a
that full
strong
immersion
amount of
either. Yeah.
That's just horror games in general.
Yeah.
But same applies to Alien.
Right. Aaron Mills asks, "What's the appeal of couch co-ops versus online multiplayer?" I have no idea what this means.
What's
What?
the what?
So
Okay.
like split screen versus playing online with your friends.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, it depends on what kind of person you are. Like, Kien and I will sit down and play couch co-op games, and we'll have a good time talking to each other and shit. But when you're playing online, especially
It
with...
makes it
Well, for me, I play mostly on PC, so it's
Mhm.
more like there's really not that many games on PC that you can play like.
Yeah, but you can have a
co-op.
LAN party. Though.
But yeah, you totally could. Like,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I mean both are fun. Like you could
Yeah.
have fun both ways.
It
I would
de-
but for me, I would consider couch co-op being on like Discord with your friends, though. I consider that
Close
very-
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, people you're close to. I think,
That
yeah,
way
I
you
think
can
that's kind of
actually
what he's asking.
Coordinate a lot better.
I prefer co-oping with my friends than multiplayer because I tried to play Destiny 1 with people I didn't know, and they are fucking assholes.
And then there's Gil and I just playing COD Zombies together.
See, and that's fun.
Right? We
Yeah.
played... I actually accidentally bought all of Infinite Warfare's DLC. We should play those.
Yeah, they're fun. But that's the thing. Like, I don't know. I personally don't like multiplayer because A, I fucking hate Halo's multiplayer. Fuck those asshole kids that play that game.
Right.
Jesus Christ. And B, I don't know. I like spending time with my friends. So I mean, I choose couch co-op over multiplayer.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. Do we have any more
We have
questions?
one more. Trevor
Alright.
Lloyd asks, "What's the most time you spent on one game, and what game was it?"
Oh, easy. Falling to Vegas, above 80 hours. I'm at like, actually over 100. Probably like, here, I'll go look. I can tell you.
Sherman, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to imply you didn't have a girlfriend at the time when you did this.
I had a wife at the time, and I still easily beat your record.
It's like above 100 hours.
What was yours?
Skyrim. I have 1,200 hours logged on
Oh
that game.
my fucking lord! Do you have any that you can think of? You?
like 40 hours in Pokemon.
And
to be
Fire Red.
honest,
when
I
I was in
played
middle
the-
school, I played Team
I
Fortress
play
2
the
for over
WWE
400.
games until the next one comes out.
Right.
like, all
Alright,
year long.
so I actually have a story that goes with this. It's Pokemon X and Y. I remember buying this game, and I remember I was on a date with my girlfriend at the time, and she's like, "How many hours did you put into it?" I didn't sleep, so I put like a good 60 hours by that time. And she, like, I would be playing it at the dorm with her while she was studying, and I was supposed to be studying, and I'm like just playing Pokemon. Pokemon is the longest time I've ever spent copious amounts of time playing video games.
I still play Skyrim. I'm still logging hours on that game.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I play a
played
lot of video
occasionally. I like Skyrim. I liked Skyrim, but it wasn't as like, this is great. Like Fallout Vegas was for me. I don't know. Like I still play it. Like don't get me wrong. So-
You have a strong PC, right?
Yeah.
I will introduce you to a mod that will bring you back to Skyrim. All right. Anybody else got anything else today? More stuffs? Zach's got nothing. Gil's dead face. All right. So we are peacing out, guys. My name's Max.
I'm Zach.
This is Strohman.
Jill.
Kien.
All right. Thanks everybody for listening, and y'all have a good time.